YouTube, Dailymotion, Facebook, and Tumblr fans. How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to talk about some ACDC yet again to continue on with the discography review. Yes, that's right, the long-awaited review of the third album, Let There Be Rock, which is the third album with Bon Scott on vocals, first international release to use the official logo right there with the lightning bolt and the style that they use right here. And also, the very last album with Mark Evans on bass before they would recruit Cliff Williams to take his spot. So, as always, I'm going to show you guys the cover. This is the back, this is the front, as always, and this is the inlay. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't a cool, like, little cardboard cover with some awesome pictures in the booklet, as always. ACDC has the best booklet, single-handedly. I'd rather hear about a biography of the band, a story of how they came to be, or a story of how the album came to be, than just look at some random lyrics. Lyrics are too generic in this day and age. But, hey, like I said, awesome pictures in here, some penned lyrics for some of the stuff for the song Go Down, which I will actually get into a little bit further into this review when I do a track by track. This is in fact the Australian cover of the album. As I said with the Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap video, they have different covers at this point in time for some reason. I don't know why, but they just do. So internationally though, this was AC/DC's second album, as Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap didn't see release in North America until 1981. Now that is a sad shame, but like I said, it's my least favorite Bon Scott era album, but hey, it at least had some really good songs on it, so you know what? I'll take it for what it is. This is a very good album. I would rate it a solid 9 out of 10. I really enjoy it, and some of the songs actually have a lot of lasting value in the core of hard rock. Now, let me explain. There are a lot of different songs on here that have become staples in AC/DC's catalog, such as Whole Lotta Rosie, Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be, the title track, and to a minor extent Dog Eat Dog, Bad Boy Boogie. Pretty much everything on here screams classic AC/DC, but those songs that I just mentioned are their core lineup for some of their concerts. So let's get into the track by track. I'm going to pull up the track listing here on my Windows Media Player, so I'm not constantly looking down like this at the CD. So I should have probably had this up before the review, but then again, it is what it is. I digress. So, Let There Be Rock right here. So, the first track on here is Go Down, like I said, and this is obviously a sexual song about a woman going down on Bon, I suppose, and it's got a really interesting riff to it. It's a little bit more of a mid-tempo song. I really actually like it a lot. There really isn't that much in terms of actual guitar work, though, in terms of the lead guitar and, you know, AC/DC, Angus Young, and all that stuff, but the lyrics are actually pretty cleverly penned. In the end, you know, I don't think that the moaning was necessary at all, where Bon Scott goes on and says, you know, ooh, baby, rub it on, and it's kind of awkwardly paced a little bit, and right from that point, I usually just stop listening, because it's like, I don't really want to listen to that. It's just, I don't know, like, I guess it's to put you in that tone, in that mood, but it doesn't necessarily do its job in this context. So the next song is Dog Eat Dog, and for some reason the music video actually begins right when Bon Scott starts singing, but there is actually a guitar riff in the beginning. There is an actual intro, and I wish they would have recorded that or actually included that on the music video itself. It is a very good song, very simplistic. They've got some awesome solos towards the midsection, and it's a little bit faster than Go Down, and a little bit more melodic in terms of hard rock. But that being said, it's not the best song, one of the best, but not the best. The best song would have to be Bad Boy Boogie, in my opinion, or Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be. Hell, maybe even Let There Be Rock, the title track, which is what I am about to talk about next. So, Let There Be Rock, track number 3. I really love the intro, and it's a really kind of fast-paced hard rock, kind of melodic twist to AC/DC's normal stuff, and it sounds really good. It sounds very heavy. It sounds more edgy than the previous ACDC records or previous ACDC songs on this album, but that's a good thing. I really like it. It's just all about how rock and roll came to be. Every bar there was a superstar with a 7-year itch, you know, everything is just accumulating to form what hard rock and heavy metal is today. Maybe not necessarily heavy metal, but heavy metal had to be rooted in something. The next song is Bad Boy Boogie, and I really like the riff, the opening riff. It's very groovy, it's very catchy, and I just love how Bon Scott kind of forms all of these different catchy lyrics, the double entendre things. That's what he does the best. The lyrics with double meanings, I suppose, and it definitely shows in this song, as well as the next song, which I will get into in a little bit. But the next song is Crab City in Blue, and no, I'm not going off of this right here, because in this version, if you can see, it says Problem Child. Now, why am I reviewing Crab City in Blue instead of Problem Child? Well, because I already reviewed Problem Child on Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. They actually put Problem Child on the international version in place of Crab City in Blue. Now, Crab City in Blue, I'm not really that too big of a fan of. Now, it's a boring song, it's a little bit slower, Bon Scott kind of sings a little bit off pitch, and the guitar just sounds really whiny and twangy a little bit, so I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the song, but I would have still liked to hear the album in its entirety the way it was meant to be heard, so I don't really know why they put in Problem Child as opposed to Crab City in Blue. Maybe it was because of the inappropriate lyrics, but then again, that's not for me to decide. I'm just telling you the way I would have preferred it. So, basically, the next song is Overdose. Really like this song, really like the intro, where it's just those 3 notes playing over and over again, and it just kind of puts you in the mood until the actual song starts, the actual riff starts to progress, and I really like just how this song goes. It's not necessarily the fastest song, it's more mid-tempo, just like pretty much everything on here, save Let There Be Rock. That's more of a faster song, but everything else on this album is pretty much rooted in the same kind of mid-tempo speed, I suppose. The next song is Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be. This one, like I said, very mid-tempo. It's got a nice catchy riff to it as well. I really like the chorus in this one, as well as just the way this riff was structured, the overall riff. So, one of my favorite songs on the album, really like it, classic AC/DC. You can't get enough of it. The next song is probably another one of my favorites, although I do like the live version better on If You Want Blood, You've Got It. Yes, that's right, we're talking about Whole Lotta Rosie. That intro is pretty much memorable to a science. I really like that intro, and it's a very classic intro, I suppose is what I'm trying to say. But, I don't know, just the entire song is very rooted in hard rock, it's very guitar-driven, and the only thing I don't really like about the actual song itself is the way Bon Scott sings. He just sounds like he's very, just kind of raspy or losing his voice a little bit, as opposed to the smoothness of the live version. So I suppose, I like the live version better, but then again, that is due to the slick production of the live album, If You Want Blood, You've Got It, as well. And this album, another thing that I forgot to mention beforehand, the production on this album isn't that great. Because the amps, or the setting for the amp that they use, it sounds like they blew it out first, and then just kept playing with it. So, I don't know why they didn't maybe get a new setup, but it doesn't sound the greatest. Then again, it's not the worst on production, but definitely for the Bon Scott era of albums, it has probably got the worst production. But that being said, I still give this album, like I said before, a solid 9 out of 10. Really like it. Check it out. Awesome album. Let There Be Rock right there. And this is Midnight Strike 3625. I hope you enjoyed watching this review. Keep calm and rock on.